So, who would like to start?
With Bucky Barnes and Sam Wilson having crossed paths with so many memorable characters, since they were first introduced in Captain America the First Avenger and Captain America the Winter Soldier respectively, the odds of some of those enemies and allies returning in the upcoming Marvel TV show are stacked in the fans' favor. In this video, we will break down 12 Marvel characters who could appear in upcoming episodes of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Hello guys, this is Sandy here, let's get right into the video. Number 13. War Machine. Don Cheadle returns as James Rhodes, aka War Machine. Rhodey is currently adjusting to a world without Iron Man, just as Sam and Bucky are learning to live without Steve Rogers. Number 12. Batroc, the Leaper. Batroc the Leaper is returning to the MCU. Professional fighter Georges St. Pierre first played the Marvel villain in Captain America the Winter Soldier. Already making his appearance in the first episode, he lives to fight another day, because he jumped from the helicopter just before it got blown up by a missile. Really living up to his comic book counterpart's alter ego, Batroc the Leaper, with that move. Number 11. Hawkeye. Clint Barton got his family back, and looked to move beyond that dark chapter in his life, during the emotional Avengers Endgame finale, which could have honestly been a superb send-off for Hawkeye. But, with Barton getting a show of his own at some point in the near future, it looks like the insanely accurate Archer isn't finished just yet. One way to bridge the gap between Endgame and Hawkeye could be to have the character show up in The Falcon and the Winter Soldier to either provide backup or guidance for his allies from Captain America Civil War. The three characters already have a connection, and it could further expand the universe. Number 10. Steve Rogers. The force that brought two enemies turned friends together. With the news of Chris Evans possibly returning to the MCU in some capacity, it would make sense for Cap to show up at least for a moment in The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Maybe just enough for a quick scene, and to explain what he did when he went back to return the stones in Avengers Endgame. Number 9. Baron Zemo. Daniel Brühl returns to the MCU as Baron Zemo, the main villain of Captain America Civil War. He'll now be back in the MCU, and wear the character's iconic purple mask from the comics. With Barnes still trying to make amends for his actions as the Winter Soldier, Zemo's return could remind him of his dark past and amplify his conflict about his actions. Zemo knows a great deal about the Winter Soldier's past and could try to turn him into an assassin, again to do his bidding, and turn him against his allies, like Sam Wilson and Sharon Carter. Number 8. Sharon Carter. The show is also bringing back Emily Van Camp as Sharon Carter. She joined the MCU as Agent 13 in Captain America the Winter Soldier, and was set up to be Captain America's new love interest. Sharon returned for Captain America Civil War, where she and Steve finally kissed, but that was the last time fans saw her. Number 7. Wakandans. How could they possibly have Zemo on the loose, and not involve, or at least hear, from Wakanda? He killed their king after all. So, it really makes no sense for Wakanda not to be involved with recapturing Zemo should he escape, and of course we also have a bond formed between Bucky and Wakanda for helping to save his life from the Winter Soldier programming. Surely, Shuri would want to check on her patient, right? It only makes sense that someone from Wakanda should appear, even if briefly. It seems a pretty good bet to place that Dora Milaje, if not Shuri herself, is appearing in the show. Number 6. John Walker. One of the new additions to the MCU is Wyatt Russell as John Walker. He is the son of Kurt Russell, who played Ego in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. His character John Walker, better known as US Agent in the comics, will become Captain America during the Disney Plus series. While he was touted by the US government as a Captain America who represents real American values, fans of the comics know that US Agent is a darker and extreme version of his predecessor. But having a villain who wears Rogers' costume, carries his shield, and bears his name would make for a compelling villain, and would hit close to home for both Wilson and Barnes. It remains to be seen whether these villains would team up or operate separately, but it's a good bet that the government introducing their own version of Captain America, after Wilson trusts them to retire his costume and shield, can't be good news. Number 5. Battlestar. The series will also introduce Lamar Hoskins, aka Battlestar, as a partner to John Walker. Hoskins, who like Walker, gets superhuman strength from the power broker. In the comics, Lamar Hoskins is a United States Army soldier and a friend of John Walker. When Walker was selected to succeed Captain America, Hoskins became his partner, adopting the codename Battlestar. Number 4. Flag Smasher. Another new face joining the MCU is Erin Kellyman, who will be playing Carly Morgenthau, a gender-swapped version of Flag Smasher, a masked anarchist and a member of the anti-patriotism group, the Flag Smashers, that preferred the world as it was during the blip. In the comics, Flag Smasher is an individual identity, rather than a group. A few people have taken on the role, but their common goal was spreading anti-nationalist sentiment through terrorist acts. Number 3. Joaquin Torres. Danny Ramirez debuts as Joaquin Torres. The character is a recent addition to Marvel's comics, where Torres became the new Falcon, after Sam Wilson became Captain America. If the MCU follows the comics, Ramirez should have a big role moving forward. Sam's arc in The Falcon and the Winter Soldier will be about him coming to terms with knowing he's worthy enough to take up Steve Rogers' shield and become the next Captain America. That means, by the end of the series, there will be an open spot where the Falcon mantle once existed, and it wouldn't at all be a surprise to see Torres take up the Falcon moniker by the end of the series, just as he does in the comics. Number 2. Isaiah Bradley. When it was announced that Carl Lumbly was joining the series in an as of yet undisclosed role, many speculated that he would play Isaiah Bradley, a black soldier who was involuntarily experimented on during the early Super Soldier Serum trials. His origin is likely based on the real-life Tuskegee experiments. Showrunner Malcolm Spellman has promised that the series will include a frank discussion on race relations in the United States. This could be a natural evolution of the Winter Soldier's realistic political elements while also discussing America's troubling past. In the comics, Isaiah Bradley was one of 300 African American soldiers who were used as guinea pigs, as part of the United States government's attempts to replicate the Super Soldier Serum. After surviving the procedure, Bradley took on the mantle of Captain America. This was seen as treasonous by the military, who sentenced him to life in prison as punishment, although he was released after 17 years. Isaiah later gave a blood transfusion to his grandson, Elijah Bradley, who became known as Patriot. Number 1. Sam Wilson, the new Captain America. The Falcon can only turn down the responsibility of being the next Captain America for so long, especially after seeing the US government appoint their own version of Cap, the moment he refused it. Seeing the dark and extreme version of Captain America in the US agent, wearing Rogers' costume and using his shield to not live up to his values, will likely make Wilson reconsider his position regarding following in Rogers' footsteps. James Rhodes even convinces him in the episode to take up the mantle. If he doesn't want to see the identity of Captain America be used by someone else, he will need to don the iconic costume and vibranium shield himself. Wilson already did it in the comics, so it's likely that he also ends up doing it sometime in the show's 6-episode run. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please hit the like button. If you want to see more videos like this, hit the subscribe button. And if you have something to say, please leave a comment. Take care, stay safe, peace out.